with scatter basic questions. Number 1, what increases scatter the most? Number 2, does higher kVp increase or decrease scatter? Number 3, what body parts produce more scatter? Number 4, does larger field size increase scatter? And number 5, what does scatter do to image quality? Review the answers. What increases scatter the most? Higher kVp. Does higher kVp increase or decrease scatter? Higher kVp increases scatter. What body parts produce more scatter? Thicker body parts produce more scatter. Does larger field size increase scatter? Yes, larger field size does increase scatter. Number 5, what does scatter do to image quality? Scatter reduces contrast, adds fog. Just remember, kVp up, scatter up, contrast down. Collimation questions. What is collimation? What is the most effective way to reduce scatter? Does collimation increase or decrease patient dose? Does collimation improve contrast? What does tight collimation do to a field size? Let's review the answers. What is collimation? Restricting of the X-ray beam. What is the most effective way to reduce scatter? Using collimation. Does collimation increase or decrease patient dose? Collimation decreases patient dose. Does collimation improve contrast? Yes, collimation does improve contrast. What does tight collimation do to the field size? Tight collimation decreases the field size. You collimate, you cut the beam. Best answer for any scatter reduction equals collimation. Collimation cuts scatter and cuts dose. Grid basic questions. What is a grid used for? Do grids absorb scatter or primary beam? Do grids improve contrast? Do grids increase or decrease patient dose? When are grids typically used? The answers are: what is a grid used for? To absorb scatter radiation. Do grids absorb scatter or primary beam? They absorb scatter and some primary. Do grids improve contrast? Yes, grids do improve contrast. Do grids increase or decrease patient dose? Grids increase patient dose. When are grids typically used? Grids are used for thicker body parts. Memory tricks: grid equals great contrast, greater dose. Exam trap: if they ask best image quality equals a grid. If they ask lowest dose, no grid. Grid errors and air gap questions. Number 1, what happens if a grid is misaligned? Number 2, what is grid cutoff? Number 3, what is the air gap technique? Number 4, does air gap reduce scatter? Number 5, what is a downside of air gap? And the answers are: what happens if a grid is misaligned? Loss of image density. What is grid cutoff? Loss of signal from grid error. What is air gap technique? Increasing OID to reduce scatter. Does air gap reduce scatter? Yes, it reduces scatter. What is a downside of air gap? The downside to air gap: magnification increases. The memory tip: air gap equals less scatter, more size. Exam tip: air gap equals grid alternative, trade-off is bigger image magnification. Let's hit the speed round. Question 1, best scatter control. 2, kVp effect on scatter. 3, grid effect on dose. 4, grid improves what? 5. Collimation does what? 6. Air gap trade-off. And the answers are best scatter control, collimation. KVP effect on scatter increases scatter. Grid effect on dose increases dose. Grid improves what? Contrast. Collimation does what? Reduces field size. Air gap trade-off, magnification. All right, lock this in. Don't just memorize it, understand it. If you can answer it fast, you'll pass it on the exam. Repeat, replay, retain. I'll see you in the next one. Remember memory cheat sheet. KVP increases, scatter increases, contrast decreases. Collimation equals best answer on exams. Grid equals best image, higher dose. Air gap equals no grid, but magnification increases.